In the next 90 seconds, I will give you the single most powerful diagnostic tool for mapping your own self-sabotage. It's a 7-day mental audit that will drag every one of your inner enemies into the light. But for this tool to work, you must first understand the broken system it is designed to fix, the hypnotic rhythm of failure that is currently running. Your life without your consent. We are about to make the invisible visible. If you are ready to stop being a slave to your own mind and start being its commander, then subscribe now and let the training begin. This is not a video you simply watch. It is a tool you must use, it is a code you will install, and a training you will complete. Think of it as a 30-day mental boot camp where you will systematically strip away the old broken programming of scarcity and indecision and forge a new operating system built for wealth and command. Forget everything you've tried before. Your journey of transformation will unfold in 3 distinct, non-negotiable phases. Each phase builds upon the last, creating an irreversible momentum. There are no shortcuts in this process. There is only the work, the commitment, and the result. This is the blueprint for your reconstruction, the path out of the maze. Phase 1 is diagnosis. For the first 7 days, we will drag the enemy out from the shadows and into the light. You will become a detective of your own mind, mapping the territory of your self-sabotage. We will identify every single virus of doubt, fear, and procrastination. First, we illuminate the enemy. Phase 2 is reprogramming. In weeks 2 and 3, with the enemy clearly identified, we will systematically starve it of its power. We will install a new commander in the fortress of your mind, a definite chief aim. This is where you overwrite the old code with a new, unbreakable directive, using a technology that directly accesses your subconscious mind. Phase 3 is execution. In the final week and beyond, we transform the new code into automatic daily action. Thought alone does not move mountains. You will learn to crystallize your new purpose into a concrete battle plan, turning your grand vision into small daily victories that build an unstoppable momentum. Finally, we make action your new habit. Understand this clearly. The man who engages with this protocol with absolute commitment will experience a fundamental identity shift. This isn't about learning new information. It's about undergoing a profound internal reconstruction. You will feel the old chains of hesitation and fear dissolving day by day, being replaced by a calm, cold certainty of action. This is your manual. The steps are laid out, the path is clear. The only variable now is your willingness to walk it. The process is guaranteed, but your commitment is required. So the question is not, does this work? The question is, will you do the work? Your new future is waiting for your command. Your first mission begins now. For the next 7 days, you have one single primary objective: to become a spy in your own mind. You are not to judge, you are not to fix, and you are not to resist. Your only task is to observe and to record with the cold, detached precision of a field agent gathering intelligence. You will acquire a simple notebook. This is now your mental logbook. For the next 7 days, you will keep this logbook with you at all times. Every time you feel that pull of hesitation, that urge to procrastinate, or that wave of doubt, you will stop and you will make an entry. What was the exact thought? What was the trigger? Was it a specific task you needed to start? A conversation you had? The thought of what someone else might think? Was it a look in the mirror? You will write down the exact thought, like I'll do it tomorrow, or what if I fail? And the precise trigger that activated that thought pattern. The logic behind this first act is unbreakable. You cannot fight what you cannot see. This audit is the act of turning on the lights in a dark room full of enemies. For years, these patterns have operated in the darkness of your subconscious, sabotaging you automatically. By making the unconscious conscious, you strip it of its primary power, its invisibility. This is not a passive exercise. This is your first act of taking command. Every entry you write is a declaration that you are no longer a slave to these automatic programs. You are stepping outside of the machine to observe its functions. This act of observation is what begins to separate you, the commander, from the faulty programming that has been running your life. Think of the great generals of history. They never entered a battle without a map of the terrain and an understanding of the enemy's position. This logbook is your map. It will show you the trenches where you get stuck, the ambushes your own mind sets for you, and the weak points in your own internal defense system. So your order is clear. For 7 days, you are on reconnaissance, observe, record, and gather. Your intelligence without judgment. At the end of these 7 days, you will have a complete dossier on your inner enemy. This dossier will become the very foundation upon which we will build your new fortress of unbreakable discipline and purpose. As you conduct your 7 day audit, you will discover that the enemy is not a monolithic force, it is a collection of specific, identifiable viruses, each with its own signature. These three are the primary agents of self sabotage that keep a man chained to a life far below his potential. Understand them now so you can recognize them on the battlefield. The first and most common is the virus of procrastination, but do not mistake this for simple laziness. Procrastination is a highly active process. It is a fear-based defense mechanism. Your mind, in its misguided attempt to protect you from the potential pain of failure or the imagined burden of success, creates a state of paralysis. It keeps you safe in the sterile comfort of inaction. The second virus is the fear of criticism. This is the parasite that feeds on your need for external approval. It's the voice that asks, but what will they think? This single question has buried more great ideas and paralyzed more capable men than any army in history. Your prosperity, your freedom, cannot and will not be built if it is contingent on the permission or applause of others. The third virus is doubt. If fear is the loud alarm that paralyzes you, doubt is the silent, colorless acid that corrodes your foundation over time. It dissolves certainty. It eats away at your belief in yourself. Doubt is the enemy of the applied faith required to achieve anything of worth, whispering that you are not good enough, that the timing isn't right, that you don't have what it takes. These three viruses work in concert. Doubt whispers the question. Fear of criticism provides the imaginary negative answer, and procrastination becomes the resulting action or lack thereof. They form a toxic feedback loop, a hypnotic rhythm of hesitation that becomes a man's default state of being. You think, you doubt, you freeze, and another day is lost. Recognize these patterns in your logbook. When you see them, label them for what they are: procrastination, fear of criticism, doubt. They are not you. They are not personality traits. They are conditioned neural pathways. They are programs that can be and will be uninstalled and deleted from your system. By naming them, by categorizing them, you objectify them. You turn them from a vague emotional fog into a concrete enemy with a name and a face. And once you can see your enemy clearly, you are no longer its victim. You are its commander. You are now in a position to strike back with precision and with power. Now that you have the map of the enemy territory, the logbook detailing every ambush and trap, it is time to go on the offensive. A fortress cannot be left empty. Once you identify and begin to starve the old programming, you must install a new, powerful commander in its place. This commander has a name, a definite chief aim. Your purpose is not a gentle wish or a vague dream. It is a military-grade command for your mind. It must be forged with precision, and it must be the direct antidote to the viruses you identified in Phase 1. Your purpose is the new law. If your primary virus was the fear of criticism, your purpose must involve an action that demands you speak your truth or display your work. Here is how you will forge this purpose. You will write it down, not on a loose piece of paper, but on A card that you will carry with you. It must be specific, it must be measurable, it must have a deadline, and it must state clearly what you intend to give in return for its achievement. This is the contract with your subconscious mind. For example, instead of "I want to be wealthy," your purpose will read, "By exact date, 30 days from now, I will have in my possession exact amount of money. In return for this, I will give the most efficient service of which I am capable as a your profession service, dedicating X hours per day to executing my plan." This is not a request, it's an order. Once this purpose is written, you will place copies of it where you cannot escape it. One on your bathroom mirror, one on your desk, one in your car. This purpose must become the first thing you see in the morning and the last thing you see at night. It is the new signal that will begin to dominate your mental airwaves. This act begins the process of overwriting the old patterns. Your subconscious mind, the battlefield where this war is won or lost, takes its orders from the dominant thoughts you feed it, especially those charged with emotion and repetition. You are now consciously, deliberately feeding it a new, dominant thought of purpose and achievement. This is the start of your reprogramming. You are no longer aimlessly drifting, reacting to the random stimuli of doubt and fear. You are now on a mission. You have a target, you have a plan, you have a commander, and your subconscious mind, a loyal and powerful soldier, will now begin to align all its vast resources to carry out that new order. Having a written purpose is the first step, but a commander's orders are useless if they never reach the troops. The technology you will now use to deliver this new command directly to the operational center of your subconscious mind is called autosuggestion. This is not positive thinking. This is a deliberate process of mental engineering. Your subconscious mind is the hard drive. It operates on repetition and emotion. Words without feeling are just dead data that the system ignores. Your purpose, when read with the absolute conviction and the burning emotion of it already being a reality, becomes the save command. It writes the new code deep into your core programming. So here is your ritual for the next 21 days, the heart of your reprogramming phase. Twice a day, without fail, once upon waking and once before sleeping, you will go to your mirror. You will stand tall. You will look yourself directly in the eyes, and you will read your statement of purpose out loud. As you read the words, you will not just see them. You will feel them. You will summon the feeling of what it will be like when you have already achieved your goal. Feel the pride, feel the security, feel the freedom, feel the power. You must generate this emotion within yourself, as this emotional charge is what makes the new code stick. This is the moment of emotional anchoring. You are deliberately linking the words of your purpose to a powerful, positive emotional state. Each time you perform this ritual, you strengthen that neural connection. You are training your mind and body to accept this new reality as its current truth, not a distant future possibility. This is your private, sacred battlefield. In these few minutes each day, you are actively at war with the old ghosts of doubt and fear. You are starving them of attention and feeding the new commander of purpose and faith. You are turning your mind from a garden where weeds of fear grew wild into a forge where your new identity is hammered into shape. Do not treat this ritual lightly. It is the most critical part of this entire protocol. It is where the blueprint becomes reality. It's the sustained, disciplined effort that induces belief and rewrites the automatic habits of a lifetime. The man in the mirror is your most important soldier. Train him well. A purpose, no matter how definite or emotionally charged, remains a fantasy until it is crystallized into action. A blueprint does not build a house. The builder does. The universe does not reward thought alone. It rewards deliberate, disciplined action that is guided by precise thought. This final phase is where you become the builder. The tool you will now use is your synthetic imagination. This is your mind's ability to organize old concepts, ideas, and plans into new combinations. It is your internal strategy room. You will now sit down with your definite chief aim, and you will use this faculty to engineer a plan of action for the next 30 days. Your command is this: take your 30-day purpose and break it down into the smallest possible daily action. What is the one simple, non-negotiable task you can complete today to move you 0.1% closer to your goal? If your goal is a new business, today's action might be research domain names for 30 minutes. Tomorrow's might be outline the home page. This is the secret to destroying procrastination and forging discipline. Discipline is not born from a sudden surge of willpower. It is built from a plan so clear and steps so small that execution becomes easier than hesitation. You are creating a system where action is the path of least resistance. You are engineering momentum. You will write down your action step for the next day every single night. This becomes your primary mission for the following day. Before you check your email, before you get lost in distractions, you execute your one core task. This is non-negotiable. It is the new law by which you operate. Each time you complete one of these small daily actions, you are doing more than just moving a project forward. You are casting a vote for your new identity. You are providing your subconscious mind with concrete physical proof that you are now the kind of man who does what he says he will do. You are building self-trust. This is how the cycle of self-sabotage is finally permanently broken, not by force, but by the relentless daily creation of a new, positive hypnotic rhythm, the rhythm of action. You are no longer waiting for motivation. You are initiating action, and that action is what will generate all the motivation you will ever need. Understand a fundamental law of physics and of the mind. An object in motion tends to stay in motion. An object at rest tends to stay at rest. The old you, the one trapped in the loop of self-sabotage, was an object at rest. The new you becomes an object in motion through the power of minimum viable action. Each small task you complete, no matter how trivial it seems, is a push that creates momentum. Finishing today's 30-minute research makes tomorrow's 30-minute outline easier to start. The momentum from that makes the next day's task even easier. You are building a locomotive of discipline, one small push at a time, until it becomes an unstoppable force. This is how you create a new hypnotic rhythm. The old rhythm was trigger, doubt, procrastination, guilt, a cycle of inaction. The new rhythm you are installing is plan, execute, complete, momentum, a virtuous cycle of action. You are literally rewiring the pathways in your brain through consistent, repeated behavior. And now I want you to project yourself forward. See yourself at the end of these 30 days. Feel the deep, calm confidence of a man who has followed his own commands for a month straight. The old anxious pattern of hesitation has been shattered. A new automatic habit of execution has been installed in its place. You no longer wait to feel like it. You no longer seek external motivation or permission. Your discipline is now a reflex. It is activated by your clear daily plan. The internal chatter of doubt has been silenced, not by arguing with it, but by making it irrelevant through relentless, consistent action. This is the profound shift. You stop negotiating with your own mind. The decision has already been made the night before. The action is predetermined. Your only job is to wake up and execute the command. This removes the space where doubt and hesitation live. It is the ultimate checkmate against your own weaker self. So embrace the power of the small victory. It is the seed of all great triumphs. It is the engine of momentum. It is the hammer you will use, blow by daily blow, to shatter the chains of your past and forge the unshakable reality of your future. Action is the new law. Now we seal this new identity after weeks of diagnosis, reprogramming, and execution. A fundamental shift has occurred. You are no longer the man who tries or hopes. Listen to these words and let them sink into your very core. You are the man who executes. You are the man who does. You are no longer governed by the chaotic winds of fear or the corrosive acid of doubt. You are guided by the clear, unwavering light of a definite purpose. The version of you who started this protocol, the man who was a prisoner of his own hesitation, is a ghost. He does not exist anymore. You built his replacement. Every single time you followed your daily plan, you cast a vote for this new identity. Every task you completed, no matter how small, was a piece of irrefutable evidence submitted to the high court of your subconscious mind. It was proof that the change was not temporary, but permanent. It was proof that you are now in command. Let this new identity settle into your bones. Walk like him, talk like him, make decisions as he would. The executor does not ask for permission. He does not wait for the perfect conditions. He consults his plan and he acts. He understands that clarity comes from engagement, not from sideline. Observation.so. From this day forward, I want you to perform a simple mental ritual. Whenever you face a task and feel the faint echo of the old hesitation, I want you to ask yourself one question. What would the executor do? And you know the answer. The executor would move forward without hesitation because that is his nature. This is the essence of identity level change. You are not acting disciplined. You are disciplined. You are not trying to be focused. You are focused. It is no longer something you do. It is who you have become through the relentless, deliberate process of forging new habits and a new self-concept feel. The power in this, the quiet, unshakable confidence that comes from knowing you are a man of your word, especially the word you give to yourself. This is the source of all true self-respect. You are not a man of potential anymore. You are a man of action. You are an executor. Own it. Your mission does not end after 30 days. It begins. These 30 days were your boot camp, your primary training to forge the weapons and install the new operating system. Now your duty is to use that system every single day for the rest of your life. The commander of a fortress never sleeps. This protocol is now one of your primary strategic assets. Do not treat it as something you have merely watched. It is a tool. It is your weekly alignment session. It is the whetstone you will use to keep your blade of discipline sharp. It is the code you will rerun whenever you feel the system lagging. So here is your final command in this training. Save this broadcast. Create a ritual. Perhaps it's every Sunday night to set the tone for the week. Perhaps it's the first day of every month to renew your commitment. Return to this protocol. Reinstall the code. Remind yourself of the man you have fought to become. Your mind is the most powerful and valuable asset you will ever possess. But like any high-performance engine, it requires maintenance. It requires deliberate, conscious management. You would not let your business run without oversight or your body go without nourishment. Grant your mind the same respect. You now have the manual, the responsibility for running the program, for executing the daily commands, and for living by the new code of the executor is now yours and yours alone. The power was always within you. This protocol simply gave you the key and the instructions to unlock it. The path is clear. The choice is yours every single day. You have been given the code to wealth, not just in finances, but in confidence, in self-trust, and in power, the power to build the life you know you were meant to live. So go forth and build, execute your purpose, live your new identity. The world does not wait for men who hesitate. It is shaped by men who act. Your reconstruction is complete. You hold the code. You have walked the path from diagnosis to execution and forged a new identity, the identity of the executor. This is no longer a theory. It is a living, breathing part of who you are. The power to command your subconscious, to build discipline, and to create your reality is now and forever in your hands. This is the key. Your mission is to use it every single day. Do not let it rust. Your mission does not end here. It begins now with a new ritual every morning when you wake up. Return to this broadcast. Don't just listen, let the words wash over you. Let them be the command that sets the tone for a day of victory. Use this as your daily neural training until execution becomes as natural as breathing. This is your commitment. This is your code. We are a legion of architects, of executors. Go to the comments now and declare your new identity. Right? I am the executor. This is your public contract with yourself and your declaration to the world. You know, a man who is fighting his own inner war, a man with potential trapped by hesitation. Sharing this protocol is not just sharing a video. It is an act of leadership. It is recruiting another soldier for this mission. Send this to a man who is ready to take command. If you are committed to this path of reconstruction, then subscribe. This is not a channel, it is your new training ground.